Faces, the symbiotic face mask created by Vadesheks. The face mask penetrates their brains and bodies, enhancing their senses, quickening their movements, strengthening their bodies, so that some might consider them no longer to be human at all, but rather some strange new hybrid, only half human at best. The situation. A half hour ago, Ram Odin attempted to murder Rigg, but with his faster reflexes, Rigg avoided him. Then, using the time-shifting power he was born with, he went back half an hour in time and preventively killed Ram Odin. It was not just a matter of self-defense. Rigg believed that it was Ram Odin whose actions were destined to destroy the world. Then Rigg went forward 2 years and saw that eliminating Ram Odin had done nothing to prevent the complete destruction of the human race on Garden. Far from being the worst menace to the humans of Garden, Ram Odin was the only source of information Rigg would need to figure out how to save Garden. So he went back in time and prevented himself from killing Ram Odin, and Ram Odin from killing the earlier version of Rigg. The result was that now there were 2 copies of Rigg. The one who had done the killing, then learned it had done no good and returned, and the one who had been prevented from doing the killing or being killed, who had not experienced the inevitable coming of the destroyers, and who now called himself Noxon, recognizing that he could never be the same person as the other Rigg. Thus, there are 4 men, by stature and general shape: Ram Odin, Rigg, Noxon, and Vadesheks. But Vadesheks is not a living organism, so there are only 3 men. Rigg and Noxon are really one person divided into 2 separate beings half an hour ago, so there are only 2 genetically and biographically distinct men. The Riggs are only 15 years old by calendar, older than that by the number of days they have lived through, then repeated, but still they are only boys, not men, and the Riggs are both deeply and permanently connected to the alien face mask, making them by some reckonings only half human, and by other reckonings not human at all. So only Ram Odin of all the 4 is a pure man, yet he is weakest of them all. Far away, in another wallfold, Rigg's sister Param and Rigg's friend Umbo also have power over the flow of time, and are also working to save the world of Garden from the destroyers. But it is these 4 in Vadeshvold who among them have control over a starship. It is these 4 who know that a version of Ram Odin is still alive, and it is these 4 who must now decide what each of them will do in order to save the human race on Garden. For the one thing that never changes is that despite many attempts to reshape history by the manipulation of time, the visitors come from Earth, see what the human race has become in the 19 wallfolds of Garden, and then send the destroyers to blast all 19 civilizations into oblivion. The conversation. The biggest problem we have is ignorance, said Rigg Noxon. We don't know what causes the people of Earth to decide to destroy our whole world. Though in fact the biggest problem he was having at the moment was the realization that he was capable of killing someone in cold blood. It was the other Rigg who had actually done the killing, but Rigg Noxon knew that they were the same person. If Rigg had not come back and prevented the killings, Noxon would certainly have done just what Rigg did. Only now, because he hadn't taken those actions, both Noxon and Rigg continued to exist as separate people with nearly identical pasts. Am I a killer because I know I could and would commit murder? Or am I innocent because something prevented me from doing it? After all, the person who prevented me was myself, a version of myself. The killer version. Which is why your friends have to allow the mice from Odinfold to go back to Earth with the visitors, said Ram Odin. They're deciding whether to stop themselves from warning the visitors about the stowaway mice, said Rigg.